What's going on, my people? Welcome to another episode of Pretty Boss TV Spirituality, and I wanted to do a video that will help you prepare your day and pre-pave your day tomorrow before it even begins. So this video, I'm going to be sharing what I do 10 minutes before bed, okay? Now, I'm going to give you the short version first, and then I'm going to give you the put your foot in it version. Okay, so if you have no time to do anything else, I shared this with my Patreon group. Be sure to join us on patreon.com/prettybosstv if you want daily videos, exercises, and techniques for spiritual growth and development. I post on there daily videos daily, and you can get a more personal and one-on-one interaction with me. Okay, so we just did a meditation challenge. I'm going to be doing another meditation challenge next week. If you have no time to do anything else, the first thing that I'm going to say is make sure that you go to bed and make sure that you don't fall asleep. There's a difference between falling asleep and going to bed. Alright, I did the video on a morning routine. Make sure that you check that out if you have not already. Okay, these two go hand in hand, neck and neck. Alright, like we say in Panama, Shamba and Bati. Y'all ain't ready for that. Alright, so what you want to do is go to bed. Don't fall asleep to the TV. Don't fall asleep to the phone. Don't fall asleep working yourself to death and you're just on the computer like, I didn't even know I fell asleep. Go to sleep, alright? And at least give yourself a 10-minute slot to when you lay down, you can lay down and let yourself and meditate yourself to sleep, okay? Taking those deep cleansing breaths and meditating yourself to sleep. All right, that's going to give you a huge shift if you only do that each day. Let's say you don't have a regular everyday meditation practice. Do that at least. It's the bare minimum that you can do, and it will still give you a maximum impact over your life. Okay, now another thing that you can do, this is still the short version, to spice that up. Ask a question before you go to bed and meditate. All right, so let's say you're meditating and you're falling asleep and you're starting to drift off. You know that state that's between like being awake and being asleep, but you still got it just a little bit. Right when you're right there, ask a question. Ask a question. Give your dream world something to do. You know what I'm saying? Let your dream world work for you. So one of the things that I ask is very simple. I'll just ask, what am I supposed to do tomorrow? And I know you're probably thinking like, Kendra, I know what I'm going to do tomorrow. I have to wake up and go to work and do the same thing that I do every day, or I have to wake up and go to school. Okay, cool, I'll give you that. And I work every day too, by the way, even though I'm self-employed. We get no days off. But I get it. Even though you're going to work, that doesn't mean that your day have to go exactly the same way every day. So you don't have to ask that question, but that's a question that I love to ask because I love to receive guidance, you know, as much as possible. I always try to find the time where I can ask the questions that I need to ask so that I can receive answers in my life. So even if you're not asking that question, like I said, let's say you do have a job and you feel like you know what you're going to do tomorrow, you still might have a slight deviation. Let's say that your guidance was supposed to be, well, tomorrow instead of going to McDonald's for breakfast, go to Starbucks. And you might end up meeting somebody that was the link to something that you've been trying to do for the longest. So that's just one thing, all right, to boost up when you're meditating before going to sleep. Make sure you ask a question, all right, every night, so that you can get and receive messages from your dream world. And when you first start doing it, if you're not on dream recall, if you haven't been meditating, you might feel like you're not getting results from it. But trust me, anything that you're consistent with, you will start to see results. And this is one of the most powerful things that you can do before you go to bed. So now let's fast forward. Okay, let's rewind. Let's go to the long version. This is actually what I like to do before I go to sleep, before I even meditate. One thing that you really want to do is release and feel. So if something happened to you throughout the day that got you feeling some type of way, or something happened and you're feeling negative, you want to allow yourself time to feel whatever it is that you felt throughout the day. Even if it's happiness, this works. We don't have to just feel pain in our bodies. If you had a great day, just lay down and think about all the wonderful things that happened and let that just flow through your body. Feel the happiness, feel the pleasure, the bliss, the joy all through your body and expanding all throughout the room, all over you, just letting it consume you. The same thing for, let's say you had a bad day or something happened to you or somebody disappointed you. Feel it. And make sure that before you lay down to feel it, that you have a specific word. If it's pain, say I feel pain. If it's disappointment, disappointment. Worry, depression, whatever it is, put a specific word on it. Then lay down and allow those feelings to surface. We can feel pain in our bodies. I know when I'm dealing with depression or sadness, I can feel it in my chest. Okay, I can feel it in my abdomen. Sometimes other people might get them through the forms of migraines or headaches. So feel the discomfort, or lower back pain. Feel the discomfort that came from that emotion. And just sink into it. Don't run from it. Most of the disease on our planet, and I say most because there's exceptions, life is not black and white, but most of the time when we manifest diseases, it's a result of suppressed emotions. Emotions are supposed to be energy emotions. They're not supposed to stay stagnant in our bodies. When they do that, they come up at the wrong time when we least expect it. You can be successful, meaning a lot of people look at success as monetary success. So let's say you have all the businesses, all the money, all the houses and cars in the world, but how many times have you seen a successful person who's still very unhappy? That's because material success only amplifies that which you already have going on within yourself. So before you achieve any types of magnification of success, you want to make sure that you're doing the appropriate emotional healing so that when you do get those material things, when those opportunities do come in your life, when you do get that fame, you have pleasure, happiness, and peace with it, okay? Because you did the work before all of that manifested into your life. So feel the emotions. Energy is energy. Emotions are energy in motion. Let them come through you and let them go through you. Don't bury them deep down in your gut. All right? Because they're going to come back up later after you've done that. All right? And sometimes it's a hard process, especially if you're feeling negative emotions. But do the best that you can to follow the process through, because it's a very powerful process. What you want to do is release. So let's say that you're on the negative spectrum where you're feeling highly low energy vibrations. What you want to do is release. So you could write down maybe some things on a journal. Just journal, even if you're still feeling some type of way, get it out. If that process was good enough, good, just let it go to the universe. But if not, write it down. Write down things. Another thing that I do when I'm feeling strong, negative emotions, or just some type of way, it don't even have to be strong. You know how you just feel some type of way, somebody made you feel some type of way? What I will do is figure out a way how to think about it to where I'm like, okay, that works out for me. So let's say I had a long-term friend. This is something that just happened to me. I had a friend, we were friends for since I was 15. So it's long-term, years, way over a decade of friendship. And so this person came back into my life, and I'm thinking we have a long history, we're on the same page, but it became obviously clear to me because I go with my intuition and I don't go against my own values to please anybody. So after I stood my ground, I saw that this person disappeared out of my life when they didn't get what they wanted, and I didn't know they had ulterior motives for me. So that had me feeling some type of way when I realized what was going on, right? So what I did was, instead of being like, oh, this person did me wrong, I flipped it in my mind to be like, well, you know what? This is good because, first of all, things are always working out for me. So if this person is not in my life, I'm happy that it happened now. And I'm happy that I didn't forsake myself or go against myself to please somebody who's not even for me anyway. Somebody who's not even supposed to be in my life anyway. Somebody who's not going to help me serve my higher purpose anyway. So that's good. I'm happy that I found it out now, because finding out now is better than dealing with this person for years and dealing with unnecessary trouble and things that I already should have known, that I learned from the past, in the future, that saved me a whole bunch of time and unnecessary heartache. So that's how I flip that emotion. So that's the art of mental alchemy, mental transmutation. We're studying these laws right now on patreon.com/prettybosstv. I'm teaching you how to apply the 7 universal laws and use them in your life, okay? We're taking it from being information that we can regurgitate to information that we have an understanding of, so that we can manifest that which we want and become powerful co-creators of our own experience, okay? So patreon.com/prettybosstv, come join us. So after you've done that, all right, you've released, you've transmuted, you've done whatever you needed to do, if you were feeling positive, the flip side of that, if you don't have to journal or you don't have to do a mental transmutation, kind of talking yourself into whatever you need to feel, what I suggest is doing a gratitude journal. Right now I'm on a 30 days of gratitude challenge for myself. I'm going to also do it on Patreon. I'm going to share it with the group because it's a powerful activity. Just 3 days of keeping a gratitude journal. This is one of my journals. This is the one I'm using right now. Okay? Just 3 days of doing something that you're grateful for every night. You're going to see within a few days, your whole life is going to shift because you're going to see that what you focused on really grows. When you focus on those things that you're grateful for, then you allow more room for it in your life because that's where your momentum is going. When you're thinking about the things that didn't work, that's where your momentum is going, and now more things aren't working out for you. But when you shift your focus and you really dig for the things that you're grateful for, you're going to start to see that it becomes effortless to be grateful. You're grateful all the time for little things. Oh my God, I went to the store and like somebody opened the door for me. Another person got my cart. Another person, when I was putting my daughter in the car, he put the cart, you know, away from me. Like those things, I'd be grateful for little stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like just those types of things. But another way to make this gratitude exercise powerful is to write down things that you're grateful about that is in direct alignment with your purpose or your goals. So let's say you wanted to start a photography studio. You've been wanting to do it, you've been thinking about it, and today you end up going to Burger King. You have this delightful conversation in the line with somebody, and through this conversation they tell you that their granddaughter started to use this website for photography and that it worked so well for her that 5 months later she has the business that she's always wanted. So for you, that would be something that if you're paying attention and you're being grateful, you take that as a sign from the universe that you're on the right path. And if you follow up with it, that could bring you the same type of success. So paying attention to the signs, paying attention to the synchronicities, writing down those things, okay, in your gratitude journal, all right? And then you can go into the first step that I said, which is you're done with all that. You've felt your emotions, you've released them, focused your energy in a positive direction. Now you can go ahead and lay down for 10 minutes and allow yourself to meditate to sleep, okay? So I hope that this video was helpful. These are things that I do. I'm proactive about my day and my night. Like I said, I did the video on a powerful morning routine, my actual morning routine for my spiritual and material success in life, okay? And this video is a precursor because if you do your nighttime routine and your morning routine, trust me, you're going to see a huge shift in your life because your whole mindset is going to shift. And we know that thoughts become things, all right? And our reality is a reflection of our thoughts. So I hope that this video was helpful. I love y'all, and I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.